Hello, hello, hello. Hello, folks. We're back. It's Curious Tom, episode 8. We're almost at 10 episodes, guys. We should do something special. We should have like a little bit of a party. Two things you might notice. One, slightly different angle. Well, I wanted you to see this cool plant that I have. It's called Patty the Pothos. And it's a pothos plant. Hence the name. Can you actually see it? I actually forgot if I forgot to frame it. Okay, I'm going to switch it over. If you're listening, I apologize. But maybe you got a cool look. Can you guys see that? For the viewers on YouTube, can you see that? Okay. Back on me, please. Back on me, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I wanted to maybe just switch it up a little bit. And the second thing you might notice is I have a sick fucking sweater on, dude. Sick fucking sweater, okay? And my girlfriend picked it for me. Ooh, bombshell. Tommy has a girlfriend. Yeah. She's beautiful and very smart and funny and all that kind of... It's just like fucking gay shit that I have to say about that. Anyways, yeah, I like her very much. Yeah, she picked out this sweater for me. We went thrifting the other day, or yesterday, and she she helped me figure out what I liked. Okay, she helped me make some decisions for myself. Okay, I'm not so good at deciding those kind of things, and she helped me figure out what I do like. And turns out I don't know what I like, but she does. So she picked up some. I know. I mean, that's wow, dude. That was like the most like old-fashioned style joke I have ever told. That bit was like straight from the 50s. Man, it turns out the wife knows myself better than I do. Good thing she can't vote. A very old-fashioned joke, Tommy. But yeah, I'm no good at figuring out. Dude, this is pissing me off. Okay, so another thing that you can't see. So I put on my YouTube the color purple to help because I don't have lights and stuff like that. So I can't figure out how to do lighting in here. So I thought it would be kind of cool if like I put the color purple on my screen. Okay? Doesn't that kind of make sense, right? And so what the hell, dude? And so I just put on a YouTube video called The Color Purple, which is also a movie and a book. It's like this just moving purple. Now can you see it? Can you even tell the difference? But it was like 12 hours of The Color Purple, and they freaking stuck ads in there. And the ads are the type of ads that take 45 seconds to skip. I'll kill you dead. Hey, whoever made that, I'll kill you dead, guy. 45-second ads on The Color Purple? Give me back to my purple. I'm trying to see how it finishes. I don't want any spoilers, and I don't want any interruptions in The Color Purple on my YouTube for the lighting, okay? And I want to start from the beginning of the 12-hour video, and I want to watch the whole thing, and I want to see how The Color Purple ends. And folks, remember, I'm not talking about the movie or the book. I'm talking about a screen with The Color Purple on it. It's like a purple screen that's sort of shifting. It's a little bit psychedelic. Anyways, don't put 45-second dadgum ads in the middle of my freaking movie, The Color Purple, because it's fascinating, and I'm watching it now, and I'm thinking, golly, I wonder how this ends. I'm watching this movie. I'm watching this YouTube video, and I'm thinking, what the hell is going to happen? I'm watching this. I'm going, what the hell? So yeah, whoever did that, you're a capitalist pig. Eventually, okay, I feel like we're at the point where we consume maybe like 57% content, 43% ads. I don't know. Spent maybe more content than that. Let's be generous and say 64% television or Instagram or TikTok or whatever. That many content, and then what, 67? 33%. No. Yeah, 33% ads. Let's say that's the ratio. 2/3 content, 1/3 ad. And I feel like that's probably generous. I feel like there's a lot of times when we don't know that we're being sold something, so it's probably a lot more ads. We're going to get to a point where it's almost like we're going to get to a point where it's almost entirely ads. Like, that's just sort of inevitable, right? Am I wrong there? Am I wrong that eventually, what we consume, the vast majority of it is just going to be something that's being sold to us. I don't know. I could be wrong there, but that's the feeling, because growth is a vital part of the ideology. Okay, sorry, you might be thinking, oh, is this fucking gay guy going to talk about capitalism for a second? Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. And I just clipped the mic, and I'm sorry for that. But fuck you. I get to, this is my goddamn podcast, and I'm going to talk about what I dang well please. Okay? And right now that is talking about how there's growth for growth's sakes. There's growth for growth's sake. Growth's sake. Growth for growth's sake is the ideology of cancer. I can't remember who said that or where I heard that, but it's true. And the thing is about that is that they have to keep growing. They actually have a responsibility to keep growing, companies, because they have a fiduciary. Have I talked about this on the podcast? By the way, we're to the point where I'm definitely going to be repeating stuff on here. First few episodes, I kind of remembered what I talked about, but we're 8 episodes in. We're several months into this thing. Your boy's gonna be repeating stories on here, and I apologize for that. I'm writing down generally what I talked about, but it's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. Yeah, we're gonna get to a point. Things are just gonna get worse. Like, it just gets worse. Okay. Anyways, I don't mean to start off on a negative note. I'm feeling pretty good. I am feeling weird with the camera, you know? The last episode was audio only, and I felt good about that. And you know, I have to give myself, I don't know if I'm going to have time to cut up clips, but you just have to do that. It's just the only way to market podcasts these days is through clips and whatnot. So I have to give myself the option by filming myself. So probably 20 maximum people watching on YouTube, consider yourselves lucky, pals. Okay, I don't know what you're doing sitting down and watching that's kind of, leave a comment if that's you. Okay, what you're doing. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment and say, I was I was jerking off to this, or I don't know, I was eating breakfast cereal, or I was cooking dinner, and I wanted to make sure I could glance at my phone every now and then, so I watched on YouTube instead of one of the numerous other platforms that you record this on. We're 8 minutes in already. I'm all over the place. That's fine, dude. That's fine. That's literally fine. But anyways, yeah, I feel different now that it's recording, because I was like looking at, the angle of the thing and the lighting, and I had to turn on the YouTube video, and I was like, this doesn't feel like it does when I just record the audio, but that's fine. We just got to get over it. I saw a red-tailed hawk this morning, I think. I think it was a red-tailed hawk. I'm not sure. I'm not so good with my birds, but I was biking downtown early in the morning because my friend Jared was running a marathon. Congrats to him for finishing very well. He beat his time. He ran it in 3 minutes 50, or 3 minutes. He ran roughly at the speed of sound, actually. No, he 3 hours 54 minutes, which is a very good time, and he's been training very hard, so good for him. But I was biking down, and on the lake, I saw this giant red-tailed hawk. It was sitting about 3 feet tall, which is not an exaggeration. It was that big. And I'm pretty sure, I need to look up images of red-tailed hawks, but I'm almost certain that's what it was. This thing was fucking huge, okay? And it was just sitting on the side of the trail. And sometimes I get the feeling when I see a rare bird like that, or like a bird that is in an environment that it's not meant to be, or isn't usually, or doesn't really have like a logistical survival reason to be in that area, I literally think that the bird is like, I'm going to show them what's up. I think people need to see me. I literally think that that's true. And it could be like a spiritual thing where the bird's like, someone needs to see a bird right now. Okay. Someone needs to see this as a symbol. These people need to see me and interpret seeing me as a specific sign. I think the bird thinks that. I think the bird understands that. And so I think the bird comes down and says, yo, I'm going to post up on the side of the Lakeshore Trail right now. And this little guy who's going to be biking by the trail is going to see me and go, damn. And that's the reason that the Hawk knew that I needed to see it, because I was going to say the Hawk thinks that it needs to be seen. And that's a bit of a circular argument, but that's what I think is true. And anyway, shout out that Hawk. If you're listening, dude, throw a comment, tell your friends about it. Yeah, the marathon was cool. People thought ICE were going to be at the marathon, which was like, okay, you fucking guys. Okay, guys. Hey, guys, out of control. Okay? Hey, here's my take on that. You came to hear my take on that. Literally go fucking. Oh my gosh, I have words that. Hey, can you tell me, would it be useful to start calling ICE the R word or Trump supporters the R word? It's just been an itch that I haven't been able to scratch, because I don't think it is. I think the answer is no, but man, oh man, do I wanna. And I have cracked the seal on the R word, sort of. Not really. No, I'm just kidding. I don't say that word. But I feel like it'd be fine if we called ICE. I want to say it. I'm not going to. But that's the only word, really. Or we need to add another word that doesn't belittle or demean mentally disabled people, or like, you know what I mean? It's just like someone pointed out a while ago, they gassed they clipped some police off. They clipped some cops with tear gas. And so there's this video in Chicago of these cops, like kind of in tears from the tear gas that ICE threw at them or something like that. And someone was saying, like, dude, cops have the opportunity to pull us the biggest PR flip in the history of the universe. Cops have the opportunity to flip the switch so heavy right now. Can you imagine if cops started defending people and protesters against ICE? Dude, can you fucking imagine how dramatically and quickly the narratives would shift around cops? They have the biggest opportunity right now. They're not going to do it. They're absolutely 100% not going to do it. They're not going to organize resistance against I'm sorry. I just briefly put my hand in my crotch. I apologize. That one of my testicles was itchy, and sorry about that. But yeah. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what people would say if cops were all of a sudden like, "Hey, fucking ICE, I'm gonna get you." And this isn't a bit that's going anywhere, but I just thought that was interesting. But cops will not do that. It's absolutely 100% not happening. Whatever. Anyways, that's all. That's all the political stuff that I wanted to get into on this podcast. That's all the takes that I wanted to tell you about on this podcast. Is, can you imagine if cops started going after ICE, protecting people from ICE? Would be pretty cool. Won't happen, but would be pretty cool. Nice fantasy to think about. Again, 100% not happening, but it's useful to think about. It's useful to dream, I think. It's never against the rules to dream. I think it's good to drift off, go to bed, imagine what you could do if you had superpowers. Don't tell anyone those things that you would do. Not like creepy shit, but like, stuff that maybe the government wouldn't like. That's like a fun little fantasy. Go off to bed, drift off, be like, what if I had the powers of Superman? What would I do? I would get up to no good. Not anything creepy or weird, but I don't think the government would approve of my behaviors. So that's what I go to sleep at night thinking about. That's just a weird little tidbit about me. Anyways, what else did I want to talk about? Okay, so I'm sorry I keep saying that too. I will try to stop saying that. What else did I want to talk about, Tommy? Okay. I'm not a big fan of this podcast so far. No, like this episode. I think I'm enjoying the podcast, but this one feels weird. I don't know why. I think I'm maybe tired. I don't know what it is, but this one just feels. I feel like I'm a little bit off my game. Okay, I'll be real with you. I feel like I'm a little bit off my game. I'm gonna be honest. We're 15 minutes in. I feel like this is not my best work. I will be honest. I will be blunt. I will be for real with you guys. I've been better at this, I think. And, I apologize for that. But that's the beautiful thing about podcast is you can just put out slop and people eat it up. People lick it up with every single one of their fingers. People lick that shit up. See, that wasn't very funny, I don't think. What I just said back there. What I just said back there about licking shit up. That's just like not, I don't know. It's not very insightful. It's not very clever. It's not very fast or witty. I'm just feeling a little off my game right now. And I've been feeling like that for maybe 5 days, I would say. I've been feeling like I lost a little bit of my mojo the last 5 days. Don't know why, but that's what I've been feeling comedically. I had a very good roast battle on Tuesday versus Jolie Yang. Shout out Jolie. It was for the tournament. We had a very fun battle. I ended up winning. But it was her first time doing it. And it went well for both of us, I think. And man, I feel like I'm getting better at those roast battles, you know? I feel like I'm getting better at the roast battles, but god damn, it's a nightmare. And I talked about this on the last episode, for sure I did. It just stresses me out to no end, dude. I feel like I'm gonna lose my mind going up to a roast battle. I'm like just in sweating fucking bullets, dude, going up to a roast battle. And maybe that's why it's been going well for me, is because I've like just been so anxious about it every single time. But fuck yeah, man, it's so hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. It's the hardest thing I've had to do, and I can't write any goddamn material outside of it right now too, because I'm just thinking about someone for the week leading up to the roast battle. I'm just like, what mean racist things can I say about this person? What unique identifiers can I make fun of this person for? And it's fun, and it's all in good fun, and everyone's down to clown, okay? There's no holds bar, there's no limits, whatever. And I'm not being like, you know, a free speech, radical, edgy comic here, but it's just like, you know, people are okay with some wild shit, and that can be kind of fun sometimes, okay? You still have to be funny. The first round, there were 32 comedians and 16 battles, 32 comedians. And I won't call out any names. I won't talk shit about anyone, but holy shit, were there some duds. Holy fuck, were there some roast battles that were impossible to listen to. There's another fucking ad with the 45 seconds with the purple. Dude, don't interrupt my purple. I'm trying to watch it. I'm trying to watch my dadgum purple. Do you notice the color shift? Let me know. Okay. Yeah, there were some battles that were rough, dude. One guy almost cried, I'm pretty sure. There were some battles that were so rough. And so our battle was the 9th of the night. Okay? So I was like just sitting there more nervous than I've been for a show in an extremely long time. I haven't gotten like stage fright or nervous before a show to this level since maybe for like a year. Like maybe the first time I did Zanies or something like that. I was real nervous. But god damn, I was nervous. I was just so worried. And then it went about as well. There's my purple. Purple's back. And then it went about as well as it possibly could have. So, yeah, shout out all those folks. And I have another one coming up on Tuesday. And if I win that one, then I'm going to go back. And if I win that one, then I'm going to go back. And if I win that one, I'm going to go to the finals. And then if I win that one, I win. And then and then I will battle Matt Sullivan, who's the current heavyweight champion of the roast. He has the belt. So, there's a long road to the title, brother. But your boy might get there. Just watch. I'm going to have to win some pretty tough battles to get there. It's going to be a lot. But, yeah, I'm developing a taste for it, but it just makes me, it just is hard. And my family hates it too. Sorry, guys. I know you guys don't like that. Anyways, I was thinking about scaring people the other day because Halloween's coming up. And how, again, also this is another thing. I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast. There's a chance I have. Okay, and I apologize for that, but I just love a good scare. I love scaring people. Working in a haunted house would be a really, really, really fun time for me. Like sincerely, it'd be so. That would just bring me so much joy. for real. I have a real thing. I have a real. It's not like sexual. People, and I only say that because like thing for whatever. You probably knew I didn't, and then I made it weird by saying sexual. I have a real love for giving people a good scare when it's appropriate. And I have to limit myself. I have to limit myself to 4 good scares per year. Because if you do it too much, then you're like an annoying guy who scares people too much. And it's just for you. People don't like being scared. It's something that, well, for the most part, sometimes people do like getting jump scared because they're weird. But for the most part, it's an unpleasant experience to be scared. And I just love it so much. Like, I just, it brings me so much unfettered joy, like a good scare. And when people jump and a yell, dude, a scream, and a scare and a scream. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's better than almost anything in the planet. That's better than the feeling of crushing a room full of people in comedy. It's close, but a good scare, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. If I could do that as a career instead of comedy, I would. I'm sorry. I love comedy. I like making people laugh. But if I could scare people instead, oh my god, in a heartbeat, I would do that. I love it so much. I don't understand what it is about it, and I don't make a habit out of doing it, because then you're the guy who scares people, and that's weird, and that's a weird thing about you. Okay? And I understand that it is a weird thing about me. It's one of my weirder traits is how much I just love a little jump scare. Oh my god, okay? My brother and I would jump scare each other all the time. I think it's a family thing, okay? It's a family thing. My dad would scare us all the time too. He would just hide and jump out and get us, you know. He hid under my bed one time and reached his arm out and like grabbed me as I was going to bed. And it was I recall he shouldn't have done that, because not because the scare is an immoral thing to do. I don't care about that. It was because I was 13 and there's a good chance I could have started masturbating. I don't think there was, but I remember thinking like, oh, I was about to start masturbating, and my dad could have, like, that was the worst part of it for me. Yeah, so that dad, you you dodged a bullet on that one, let me tell you. I'm pretty sure I hadn't yet, but I think it was in the works, all right? So, close call there, pal. Maybe a little younger. Maybe just do that trick a few years prior, okay? You don't want to accidentally reach up and find something that you didn't want to feel. And then you really give them trauma, okay? Then that lasts, okay? If that had happened, that would have stuck with me. That would have created some interesting neural pathways, okay? Doing that, if I was jacking off, my dad scared me from under the bed, that would have done something to my brain sexually. Not like I would have enjoyed, obviously, fuck you, but that sort of trauma, that sort of experience would have changed how I experience myself sexually. I'm sure of it, okay? So I'm glad that didn't happen. Dad, you're lucky that didn't happen, okay? Another time, we knew he scared us all the time. So a different time, he just put pillows under my bed sheets, and so it looked like there was someone in there. And then I was scared. I opened the door and I was scared to go in there, and it was because I thought he was under the bed. So I was like sitting out there like, Dad, I know you're in there. I know you're in there. And he was just cracking up to himself in his own bedroom, hearing me yell at the pillows underneath the bed. I have so many scare stories, dude. I have so many times. I really cannot. I don't think I can express to you how much like joy this gives me. I can't find the words for it. It's almost like, it feels almost like evolutionary or like biological. There's something in my DNA that enjoys a scare. I think like, and it's cross species too. Like you'll see like cats hiding around a corner to scare each other, or like jump out. Like cats will try to scare you, or like squirrels you'll see squirrels playing, and they like will jump scare each other like around a tree or whatever, and they'll like run around and stuff like that. Or you'll see, like it feels like really like a deep, profound, animalistic part of my brain that enjoys it. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't. Please, someone tell me if you feel the same way about this. I can't speak enough on how much, like, just true joy I get out of it, and I limit. I really do put a lid on it. I'm not weird about it, but like, if we're out in the woods or something like that, and I'm with a group of friends, I'm gonna dive off the trail and freak people out, and I'll be that guy. I'll be annoying. It's annoying for people to experience that, but man, it just cracks me up. Holy guacamole. Okay. um oh, last thing, one time this was when I was young. My dad's rule for us, or my parents' rule for us growing up, was we were allowed to curse, we were allowed to swear if we didn't do it around anyone. So we could swear if we were by ourselves. So I I would go by myself, and I was a rule follower. Okay, I was not trying to get in trouble ever. Okay, I was big into rules. I was big into structure. Okay, I was not gonna fuck around and find out. Okay, so I listened to my parents. So I mean, whatever. So I went I went into the basement, and I was practicing my curse words to myself because my dad said that was okay, and I said, I was maybe 8 or something like that. I was going downstairs, and I said, fuck, 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 fuck you, bitch, fuck, motherfucker, shit, bitch, fuck. I don't know how many curse words. It'd be funny if I said like cunt, bitch, pussy. No, I don't think I was saying stuff like that. But yeah, I went downstairs and I was cursing myself, and then I heard like some giggling, and I was like, "Oh no!" And my dad popped out, and he was planning on scaring me from underneath these gymnastics pads that we had in the house, and I was so embarrassed. I thought I was in trouble, and I wasn't in trouble. I just, 'cause I was following the rule. Okay, I was following the rule, Dad. So if you're mad about that to this day, just know I was following the rules. Okay. I know I've talked about this before, about how it's a core part of my philosophy. Can you see my dogs? I put my foot up for those of you who are listening. I put my foot up, um, and I don't know I don't think it is, honestly, but there's a small chance that the people on YouTube are getting a look at my dogs. Okay. Sorry, folks. That was I think my neighbors were. There's no soundproof. If I talk at this volume, people are gonna hear me. So you guys are not the first people to hear this. Okay, I hate to tell you, if this has 0 views and you watch it, you were not the first person to hear this. Okay, people are going to hear me. The walls. One thing I will say about this apartment that is pretty cool is the walls are thick. Okay, walls are thick in this bad boy. I don't hear roommates when my windows are shut and I have like no one's in the hallway. I've never heard my neighbors, okay? But when people go out in the hall, then I can hear them, and they certainly can hear me. So my neighbors just passed by, and I'm sure they heard what I was talking about. So that's kind of embarrassing, and I'm trying to sit with that a little bit, and I'll get over it, okay? Not the end of the world, all right? Fuck you. It's not the end of the world. Fuck you. I'm fine. I don't care. You think I fucking care about that kind of shit? You think this tiger-blooded guy even gives an F about that kind of stuff? Okay. I was talking about this before. This is a core part of my philosophy, okay? I don't understand. Well, I do understand. Okay. Some men are so disillusioned with women that instead of focusing on bettering themselves, they choose instead to blame women, okay? Or they employ these malicious strategies to attract women, almost manipulate them into having sex with them, or like, okay, so these are like the hookup guys, okay? But there's also like the incels who just are so fed up with men that they are so fed up with like the dating world that they choose to blame their struggles on women instead of focusing on bettering themselves. And I do have empathy for those folks, because I remember what it was like to feel like women when I was young. I remember what it was like to feel like women didn't like me. I remember what it was like to not have any attention whatsoever from women, and the frustrations that can come from that. I feel very lucky that I had good role models in my life, good friends who were women, who made sure that I always had a very positive view of women in my life. So I never went down the path of resenting women at all. Maybe I barely flirted with it for a little bit in high school, but I consider myself lucky to not have gone down that path. And part of it is due to my disposition and I think my like general outlook on life. And so I got to give myself and my parents some credit for that. But I can understand how someone arrives at that conclusion. So I do have empathy. Ultimately, it's their responsibility. And I understand anyone who doesn't have empathy for them, especially if you are a woman. But I do have empathy for that. But I just think it's a ridiculous position to arrive to. Like I understand it. It is ridiculous. I understand it. It is ridiculous. Does that make sense? I understand how it happens. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous to be like, ooh, women don't like me. Something's wrong with them. Instead of being like, instead of being curious, hey, name of the podcast, instead of being curious about like, hey, how can I make myself more attractive? How can I make myself happier with my station in life and thus be more attractive? How can I change myself? How can I, develop empathy and curiosity and lightheartedness and whatnot and all these good qualities and humor and hobbies and instead of doing that, they like retreat into themselves and like create this protective shell around them of women are bad, women are bad, women are bad. That's the reason. Because who wouldn't like this, right? Who wouldn't like this? Women are bad, women are bad, women are bad. Who wouldn't love that, okay? It's fucking ladies' fault for not liking that. They're crazy. They're literally crazy for thinking that. They're crazy. I'm not crazy. They're crazy. I'm not crazy, right? So I understand how that happens, but what was I saying? It's a crazy position to arrive at, to be like, instead of, and I have talked about this, but it's something I think about a lot. Instead of fostering whimsy, I'm going to blame women. Wouldn't you like to have some whimsy? Not even for pussy, just for yourself. Whimsy and curiosity and kindness is a nice, those are nice qualities to feel. Those are enjoyable emotions. It's nice. It's nice to feel that. And it also happens to make you more attractive to people in general. And so do it for yourself, and then build it and they will come. Develop whimsy and then the pussy will come. Develop whimsy and then pussy will come. Anyways, yeah, be curious. You should do that. And it's so important, and curiosity. And if you don't do that, then you accidentally become a Nazi. That's how you become a Nazi. Is starting to blame women. That's how it starts, I think. So fellas, if anyone's listening, young men, if you're thinking that you might want to start blaming women for your issues, you're headed down a path that I think is going to bring you a lot of pain, and you're going to be bitter for a lot of your life if you continue thinking about that. The goddamn purple's stopped again. Goddamn purple stopped. You're going to head down a path that gives you strife and more pain and more anguish and more anger and resentment. And you could pause, take a breath, and examine yourself curiously. And I think that's a much more enjoyable way to live your life. And you'll probably get pussy if you do that. But don't do it for pussy. Do it for you, man. Do it for you, kid. Hey, you. Be curious, because being curious is nice. You'll get pussy as a side effect of that, okay? Don't do it for it. That's a whole different ball game, okay? Do it for you. Do it for you. Be curious for you. And then just it's like a paradox. Try to ignore the idea that it will get you laid. Ignore that. Don't think about that. Focus on yourself. You'll feel nicer. And then you'll be like, oh, that's strange. Where's all this pussy coming from? Oh, weird. Where's all this pussy coming from? I feel good, and now I'm... Sorry, this is crass. This is getting crass. I apologize. I know my family listens to this, and just remember the message I'm trying to say. Hey, family, listen to the message, not the words, okay? The message is for young men experiencing strife, going down a difficult path, and I want to help intercept that. Okay, that's what I'm going for. I'm not trying to be, and being crass. It's all filtered through this language to help it more understandable for a specific group of people. Okay, just remember that. Okay, remember that, Mom. Okay, I just burped. We're gonna end it there. This has been an alright episode. I'm not gonna lie with you. I've been off my game a little bit. I feel like maybe not. Maybe I'm just imagining that. But I did have a bad set recently, so I'm in my head about that. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go edit this, get it ready to post tomorrow because it's Sunday and this is coming out tomorrow in several hours. I'm gonna edit this up, chop it up, chop, cut out the part where my neighbor walks by, and then I'm gonna go to an open mic. I'm gonna try some new material because God knows I haven't done that in a fucking long time. And then tomorrow I'm gonna work, and then I'm gonna spend time with cherished friends and my girlfriend. Okay, so lock it up, lock your shed. Make sure to lock your shed. Turn your gas off. Turn your lights off at home to save energy. Be curious. Episode 8, Curious Tom is out.